Namaste everyone, welcome to the class. We have seen work energy theorem in the case of potential energy, kinetic energy, and we have seen how does the potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy, and we have seen that potential energy is the negative of the work done by the gravitational force. Now today we will go on to the this topic, that is the law of conservation of energy. Now suppose you compare the potential energy and kinetic energy. I am talking about mechanical energies only potential and kinetic energies. Taking those two energies into consideration, we are going to prove now the law of conservation of energy. You know that whenever there is a change in the kinetic energy, and that is equal to force into displacement, right? So change in kinetic energy is equal to the applied force, which is a force dependent, displacement dependent force, dx, right? The small displacement into the force applied along that small displacement gap, that gives the change in the kinetic energy. Similarly, what is the change in the potential energy? Change in the potential energy is given by, of course, potential energy is negative of the work done by the gravitational force, so that is equal to, again, that is also the same thing, f of x dx. It is also a function of force, right? Force into the small displacement. Now, so if you subtract the two equations, subtracting, what you will get? Delta K, change in kinetic energy, minus change in potential energy, becomes, right hand side becomes 0, because any energy is equal to, or any work done is equal to force into displacement. And you know work energy theorem, change in energy is equal to work done. Work done is nothing but force into displacement. So this is change in kinetic energy, must be equal to work done. Work done is equal to force into displacement, right? Small amount of force applied, force applied into small amount of displacement, along which the force is uniform. And the change in potential energy is always equal to work done, and that work done is given by force into the small displacement. Okay, subtracting, you will get delta K minus delta V is equal to 0, right hand side is 0. Okay, delta K plus delta V is equal to 0. Delta into K plus V is equal to 0, right? What does this indicate? If delta of K plus V is 0 means not the kinetic energy plus potential energy is 0. It is a constant. What do you mean by delta x equal to 0? That means x is not varying with time. There is no change. A bus is at a distance of 100 meters from me. Now it is at 100 meters. What about after 5 minutes? 100 meters. What about after 1 hour? 100 meters. 1 week? 100 meters. What is delta x? 0. That means it is always at 100 meters. There is no change. So there is no change in the total energy. So change in the total energy 0 means the total energy remains constant. That is the meaning of this. So law of conservation of energy, so this is only mechanical energy we have taken. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಎರಡರ ಜಿಗುಲ್ಬಂದಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಇವಾಗ. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅದು ಮೈಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ಒಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಟೋಟಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲೈಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ the total kinetic plus potential energy is a constant, because differentiation of a constant is always 0. The meaning, a constant doesn't change with respect to another quantity like time or displacement, whatever it is. So K plus V is a constant, it doesn't change. So you can state the law of conservation of energy that the total energy in a system always remains a constant, it doesn't change. Okay, the total mechanical energy in a system always remains a constant. Okay, we can have an illustration for this. Illustration andre example, proof illa adike actually, right? Idu proof alla idu, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So always law of conservation of energy is a law, it is not, it doesn't need any proof. law ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ proof ಬೇಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, so ಅದು law ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, now we will do one thing. Using the law of conservation of energy, we will arrive up to the equations of motion. We will take an illustration for the law of conservation of energy. And a law of conservation of energy doesn't need any proof, because it is a law, and laws don't need any proof. They are true always. So we will take an illustration. Okay, illustration is an example, and using that example we will apply the law of conservation energy in that example, and we will arrive up to the equations of motion, because equations of motion have been already derived. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ದ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಅರೈವ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ದ equations of motion. What is that example? Consider a body of mass m falling from a height h from the ground. So let this be the full height, right? Consider a body of mass m dropped from a height h from the ground. That means its velocity is 0 initially. So v at the 0th position is 0. So I will take it as small letter v. Let it be at a height h from the ground after certain time. So let this be h, small h. After traveling through a distance of h minus h, so this becomes h minus h. So let its velocity be v at when it is at a height h from the ground. So consider a body of mass m dropped from a height capital H from the ground. Initial velocity is 0, and by the time it reaches to a height h from the ground, which is smaller than the capital H, its velocity is v of h. And finally we will take its velocity by the time it reaches to the ground as a velocity at 0th position. That means at a height 0 from the ground. So this is v, the full height, when at the full height, that is 0 initial velocity, and this is velocity when it is at a height h. This is the velocity when the height becomes 0. Velocity at the 0th height. Okay. Now so if you want to apply, if you want to arrive up to the equations of motion, first you apply the law of conservation of energy. So according to the law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of energy, total energy at all the points, conservation of energy, total mechanical energy must remain the same. You know that there should not be any change in the total mechanical energy. Okay, we will write all the energies at all the positions, right? So total energy at a height h, total mechanical energy at a height h, how much it is? At the height h from here to here, there is only potential energy, kinetic energy illa, because its velocity becomes, velocity is just, it has started journey, it has been dropped, so initial velocity is 0. So it will have only potential energy mgh, equation 1. By the time it reaches here, it will have both, because it has gained a velocity, it is traveling with certain velocity now, it has a kinetic energy, and it is still at a certain height from the ground, so it will have both. So what is the potential total mechanical energy at a height h? Total mechanical energy at a height h is, you can write it as mg small letter height plus half m velocity at a height h whole square. Correct? That is the total mechanical energy at a height h. What is the energy when it reaches the ground? At a height equal to 0. Total energy at a height is equal to 0. That is, its potential energy has become 0 because h is 0. And it will have full kinetic energy, half m vf square. So velocity at 0, let me write it as vf, final velocity. Now you can arrive up to the equations of motion using these three equations. I'll write the equations of motions here. Now using the equation of motion, v square is equal to v naught square plus 2ax. Now if you apply it to the position, bottom position, what you can do? For full height, full length or full distance h, if you apply it, then you know that final velocity is vf square, initial velocity is 0 plus 2gh, right? When it drops completely to a height h, the equation of motion becomes vf square is equal to 0 plus 2gh, right? Can you see that? Vf square is equal to 0 plus 2gh. What is vf? Vf is equal to square root of 2gh. That is one application. Second one, second application is when it falls through a height, a certain height h minus h. So while traveling h minus h, while traveling through a height of h minus h, you can write final velocity is v at a height h whole square, v square, using the same equation, right? Using the same equation, v at a height h whole square, v naught square 0 plus 2a x, x is h minus h, because h is the small h is the height from the ground, distance of traveling is h minus h. Capital H minus small h is the distance through which it has traveled. ಅದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಇದು distance traveled. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ final velocity is v of h. ಅದು ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ v square initial velocity v naught square 0 2gh minus h. So what is v at a height h from the ground? That is equal to square root of 2g into h minus h. This is how we prove. How do we prove? Right? Now we will arrive up to the same equations. Now compare the energies. Total mechanical energy, you compare it at so at the position 1 and 2, equations 1 and 2, or equations 1 and 3, right? We will do that first. Highest position alli mattu bottom most position alli. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬದಲು comparing equations 1 and 3 ಬದಲು easy ಆಯಿತು. Using 1 and 3. So compare the equations 1 and 3. At the highest position and at the last position. You know that at the highest position it is only kinetic energy. Potential energy. At the lowermost position it is only kinetic energy. So compare these equations. mgh, right, must be equal to potential energy at the topmost position and kinetic energy at the bottommost position. Half m square. This is law of conservation of energy. ಇದು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದು conservation of energy law ದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ. ಇದು equations of motions that we have obtained. m cancel ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. What is vf equal to? 2 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಬನ್ನಿ. 2gh is equal to vf square. So that implies vf is equal to square root of 2gh. So did you arrive at the same equation? Final velocity is root 2gh. Similarly, you can do it here. Comparing the energies at the highest position and the dropping down by h minus h, or at a height h. So energy at a height h must be equal to energy at a height h, small h. Capital H and small h height alli energy same irbeku. So what is that? mg capital H must be equal to, what is this one? mg small h plus half m velocity at height h whole square. You bring this one here, mg common, h minus h, because mgh capital minus mgh small. mg into h minus h is equal to half m v at a height h whole square. m gets cancelled. You bring this one here, 2g into h minus h is equal to velocity at a height h whole square. So what do you get from this? Square root of 2g into h minus h comes to be velocity at a height h. Is it so? So you get the same thing, right? So that may be an application of law of conservation of energy. So using the state law of conservation of energy, in a system total mechanical energy always remains constant, or change in the mechanical energy is zero. That means the kinetic energy converts into potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy. That also we have seen using potential energy equation, that it gets converted into kinetic energy, right? So the total energy remains the same, and using that law we were able to arrive at the laws of motion, equations of motion, sorry, not laws of motion, equations of motion. So this may be a question. Give an illustration for the law of conservation of energy, and the illustration may be the freely falling body on the surface of the earth, and you will have one more illustration using which by applying the law of conservation of energy we can find out the velocity of a particle moving in a circular path in a vertical circle. That we will do it in the next class, and hope you have understood this one. Thanks for watching my class. We will meet in the next class with another illustration. Thank you.